Welcome to the broadcast and live stream of Moonshot Radio. Moonshot Radio is generously sponsored by the PNC Grow Upgrade Program. And here's your host, Dr. Nivea Torres.
Greetings and welcome to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Movement, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. With me today in the studio is a very special guest because this is a very special show. We have Jennifer Rawlings from the Economic Opportunities Council joining us.
Hello,
welcome,
everyone.
Jennifer.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Or should I say Miss Minion?
Yes. This is my favorite time of the year. It's fall season. It's Halloween coming up. So I love to dress up and get into character.
Well, thank you for joining us again. For our viewers and our listeners might remember you. You were here as Cat in the Hat.
I was.
And today you grace our studio as Minion as we prepare to talk about Halloween safety.
Yes, Halloween safety tips are so very important, especially with the children that we serve in Head Start. We serve 3- and 4-year-old children. So I'm basically going to focus on that population with trick-or-treating. But it's important for all children and families to know safety tips around this season.
Thank you, Jennifer. And I just want to remind everyone, your role at Head Start, you are part of the Economic Opportunities Council, but you're with the Head Start division. And your role there?
Yes, I am the Parent, Family, and Community Engagement Specialist. Now, that's a long title. Basically, what that means is that I'm in charge of enrollment, eligibility, and recruitment within the program. Another huge piece of my job is family engagement. So with Head Start, we offer so many services from health, nutrition, their academics and education. And then we also focus on family goal setting because we know the family is the foundation to a successful child's education. So that's, as you can see, I'm very passionate about it. So this is what we do for the families in our community.
Well, thank you for everything that you do for our families in the community. We here at Moonshot Radio love Head Start. We support Head Start, and we want to make sure that more families enroll their little ones for Head Start. And I know we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yes, and it's very exciting because this is Head Start Awareness Month. I don't know if people know that,
wow.
but October is Head Start Awareness Month.
Right, so this is a timely conversation.
Yes.
We'll talk about Head Start awareness as well. Mm-hmm. So Jennifer, it is October. Yes, it's one of our favorite times of the year. Mm-hmm. But with October comes Halloween and trick-or-treating for some of our families. And today we really wanted to talk about safety tips. Now, you're wearing a fabulous Halloween costume. You always have these great ideas. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about the costumes for the little ones and considerations that parents should take in mind.
Yes. So one of the main things parents want to focus on is to make sure that they choose an Halloween costume for their children that's well-fitting, something that is very colorful as well. With trick-or-treating, a lot of the streets are very dark, so it's important that parents select streets that are well-lit. Costumes are well lit. A lot of children wear the same costume, so maybe you want something special to identify your child in case they do get away from you. Something else that's important is the buckets or the bags that the children carry to trick or treat in. A lot of them have glow in the dark bags now, so that would be a good idea for a bucket to glow in the dark, so that it's easy for you to identify your child at night.
And as I'm listening to you, Jennifer, I'm thinking if you're going as a group or there's just a brigade of little ones who are trick-or-treating. Let's say there's a Halloween costume that's very popular this year. For example, the Minions, or you know how you have like 50 witches.
Yes.
How are you going to discern which one is yours? So there should be something, like you say,
right? Something that stands out, whether it be the glow-in-the-dark bucket, whether it be a specific pen that you pin onto your child, or a hat that glows, something that will easily identify your child. Because as you said, there's a lot of popular costumes that children choose this year. Fortnite may be one of them. That's a popular costume. Black Panther. So something that is unique and specific to your child.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a great tip. Now, earlier we were talking about costumes that might be long, for example. Why would we want to avoid that or be very careful about that with our little ones, Jennifer?
The obvious reason would be they'll trip over their feet, right? So then that's a disaster, because now your child is falling, they may cry. Now, if you're traveling in a group, they may go ahead of you. Now you have to wait for your child. So we want to prevent those concerns. We want to prevent those safety precautions. So you want to make sure that the costume is well fitted. I remember one year my son was he was a cowboy, and at the time, I bought the costume. He didn't try it on. The hat was way too big, way too big. And what happened was, he was running and the hat fell off. So we want to make sure that children are trying on their entire costume before they leave the store, because we know costumes aren't cheap, right? A lot of them are expensive, so we want to make sure they're well fitted. Gloves are well fitted, pants, tops, hats, all of the above. So
that's a great tip, Jennifer, because that also influences visibility. I know that you have a unique glasses on today as a Minion, but we have to also be careful with our little ones because of a hat or something that they might be wearing that doesn't allow for that visibility.
Correct. It was sliding. It was a lot going on. So that taught me, hey, I need to make sure he tries on this outfit before we trick or treat that night. So.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm thinking I'm thinking about costumes. So can you remember your favorite childhood costume?
Oh, that is a good question. You know what? I was Dorothy one year.
Did you have
I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I was. So that's my earliest memory. I was Dorothy, and that was my favorite costume.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I was Bionic Woman.
Oh,
I was a Bionic Woman, so I remember that very well when I think about costumes.
Nice.
So let's talk now. We've talked a little bit about costumes. Let's talk about a tradition that happens during October as well, which is carving pumpkins.
Yes.
So why should we be careful with that activity, Jennifer?
Yes. So this time of year, there's pumpkin patches going on. We're seeing pumpkins in the grocery stores. So with pumpkin carving, now we know that when it comes to carving, an adult should be the only one using those tools. Something that's important, instead of using like a candle or a tea light, you can actually purchase in the dollar store. They're only $1. They're this small little lights that you can place inside the pumpkin, and it's well lit. The pumpkin is well lit, and then your children are safe. The trick-or-treaters are safe in case they trip over and knock the pumpkin over. So these are some things that you can save money on as well, because we know that with the season coming up, the holidays coming up, we want to save money, right? So the dollar store has pretty much everything you need, and then you're saving money. So just keep in mind that those little tea lights can, light up your pumpkin instead of a candle.
I love that. I love that tip, because candles make me very, very nervous.
Yes.
So you mentioned something about the trick-or-treaters possibly tripping and so forth. So let's talk about the next safety tip. And just if you're at home, how can you prepare for trick-or-treaters who are coming? Like, hopefully I'll get some trick-or-treaters this year.
Right.
So what things should I take into consideration? You just talked about the tripping, but what else can I avoid?
So first and foremost, parents and children need to be able to identify homes that welcome trick-or-treaters, right? So they want to make sure that if they don't want to participate, that they turn their their front light off, right? Their house light.
Okay.
Because trick-or-treaters and parents, they identify those participating with their lights. I know some people don't know that, and they'll just send their children up to houses that don't have their lights on. As far as trick-or-treaters coming up to front doors, make sure that they're able to walk without debris around, that there's no tripping hazards, because we want all the children in our community to stay safe. If parents aren't home, but they would like trick-or-treaters to come up to their door, they can always leave notes. I've seen many of times when I take my son trick-or-treating, they'll say, "Take one candy, please," or something like that.
Right.
But it's really cute. It lets children know that, hey, maybe they're not home, but at least we can grab some candy and put in our bags.
Okay.
So we want trick-or-treaters to be respectful of homes and, follow the notes and, have a good time.
Have a good time. That's the key. Now, Jennifer, in your experience, is the expectation always candy? Or if I'm home, is there something else that I can give that's safe instead of candy?
Yes. So an alternative that a lot of people use is given out. I've seen books given out during Halloween. I've seen fruit snacks. It's not always about candy. And while we're on the topic of candy, it's a good idea for children not to eat candy while they are trick-or-treating. I see a lot of times children, they're trick-or-treating, they're unwrapping lollipops, they're sticking them in their mouths. So we want parents to make sure that children aren't going to be eating along the trail, that they wait for the candy to be checked at home by an adult.
Oh, that's a great tip. So you're a mom. So would you recommend then that, before we go out trick-or-treating, we have a nice balanced meal at home, and then we're out trick-or-treating,
correct,
right?
So that those cravings don't occur, because we know all the children I know love candy. A lot of adults love candy. So in order to eliminate that craving, maybe try a light snack after dinner, because of course you're going to feed your children before you go out trick-or-treating. So to bring down that sugar craving, make sure that they have a balanced meal prior to trick-or-treating.
And once you're out in the trail, Jennifer, or you're out trick-or-treating, what considerations should you have as a group? We talked earlier about making sure that this is your child, but are there some things that you should avoid, like if it's too dark or? Yes.
So again, well-lit streets is important. And then you want to travel in groups too. In case something happens, you want to carry a cell phone. Okay. For those children, older children, make sure that they're able to that they know to dial 911 in case of an emergency. That's very important. Like I said, in Head Start, we service 3 to 5-year-olds, but it's not too early to talk about the emergency line, which is 911. A lot of children are capable of utilizing the 911 service. So make sure well-lit streets, travel in groups, stay together, don't cross, the road without looking twice. Right. So those are just some important.
This is a wealth of information and a lot of good tips, Jennifer. So Thank you. We're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our 2 focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the City Annex, and our New Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Everyday activities are great for finding moments for talking and teaching new words. Babies' brains grow 80% in the first 18 months of life. As parents and your baby's first teacher, you can help build their brain with language and literacy skills. Involve the whole family. Ask questions. The more words babies hear, the larger their vocabulary can grow. Support early childhood education by talking, reading, singing, and family engagement. This message has been brought to you by PNC Grow Up Great and the Florida Grade Level Reading Campaign.
Live music, dinner, cocktails. Join the patio every Friday for some of the best live music on the Treasure Coast. A great place for food, cocktails, live music, and friendly service. Also home to the Dave Scott Blues Jam every Wednesday. Open daily 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. and sometimes later. The Patio Seafood Tavern across from Vero Beach City Hall. 772-774-8232. That's 774-8232.
This Friday night, it's the Jacks at 8 p.m. at the patio.
Welcome to Vero Beach Cleaning, a complete home and office cleaning service that fits your needs and attends to your specific special instructions. Call now to schedule your free in-home estimate at 772-564-7839 or contact us through VeroBeachCleaning.com. 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 VeroBeachCleaning.com.
Very funny, Stu. No kidding. I'm Donna Roberts Mitchell, and Vero Beach Cleaning does my home every other week, and I love them. Vero Beach Cleaning.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of KARC. And with me today in the studio is Jennifer Rawlings from Head Start. Welcome back, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us those wonderful Halloween safety tips. And if our audience is interested in those tips, they can find them on the healthychildren.org website.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. So we have a treat now for our viewers and our listeners. You're going to read a Halloween spooky story to us.
I am. And the title of this book is called Angelina's Halloween. The story is by Catherine Holabird and the illustrations by Helen Craig. All right. Angelina loved the excitement of Halloween. She loved dressing up and trick-or-treating and spent hours with her best friend Alice thinking about wonderful costumes. At last, they decided to be dancing fireflies and drew beautiful pictures of wings and tiaras. Angelina's little sister Polly wanted to join them. "Look at this," she kept saying, showing them her funny scribbles.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Housling helped them make the delicate costumes, and when the wings and tiaras were done, Angelina and Alice practiced flying around and around the cottage. Polly tried to fly too, but kept crashing into Angelina's wings. "Why do you always copy me?" Angelina stamped her foot. Polly hung her head. "I want wings," she cried. "You're too little," explained Angelina, "but you could be something really scary." Mrs. Mouseling found a sheet, and Angelina showed Polly how to be a spooky Halloween ghost.
Ooh.
On Halloween evening, Angelina and her friends played scary games, and Mrs. Housling made them bubbling witches brew and delicious goblin biscuits. When Mr. Housling came home with an enormous pumpkin, the two fireflies and the little ghost gave him quite a fright. After the party, Angelina and her friends set off together with their trick-or-treat bags. "Don't forget your sister," called Mrs. Mouseling as the little ghost trundled after them.
Ooh. And if folks want to find out what happens in the story as they go trick-or-treating, they have to look for Angelina's Halloween at our local library. Right, Jennifer?
That is correct. Again, the author is Catherine Hola Bird.
Thank you so much for reading that spooky story. Now, Jennifer, we want to make sure that our viewers and our listeners get ready for Head Start. So talk to us about registrations and vacancies.
Yes. So at this time, some of you all may know we have 6 locations in Indian River County, 1 location in Okeechobee. Right now we have vacancies at our St. Helens location for 4-year-olds. Okay. As long as the child is 4 before September 1st of this school term, they are eligible for Head Start. St. Helens is our Gifford location. The address is 3550 41st Street in Vero Beach. That's just one of the application locations. The other application location is 8445 64th Avenue in Vero Beach. Is actually in Wabasso. Some things that they'll need to bring is the child's birth certificate, social, proof of residency, and proof of household income. If they have any questions, they can call 772-562-4177. And my extension is 2114. You can ask for Jennifer Rawlings, and I'll be happy to explain any other vacancies. Something that we've recently done is we've opened up the next school term. So right now we're still in the 2019-2020 school term, but we did open up the next school term if parents want to get a head start on applying, and that is a guaranteed spot for their child to be placed and enrolled for next school term.
But there are vacancies at St. Helens, you mentioned, right? At
St. Helens, at the Fellsmere location, as well as our location out in Okeechobee.
And for parents who are very tech savvy and are on social media, they can go to the Economic Opportunities Council Facebook page for more information.
Correct.
Right?
We actually have 2 Facebook pages, the one that you just mentioned, Economic Opportunities Council, and we also have our Northside Head Start has a Facebook page as well. So if they want any information, we are on Facebook daily, updating information. So check us out there and share some of the information that we provide as well.
Wonderful. And hopefully people will think of getting a head start, making sure that their child is registered.
Correct.
Jennifer, I want to thank you for the wonderful Halloween safety tips. We want to make sure that everybody is safe for Halloween. I want to invite you again to keep coming back with characters and for reading, because that's very important. You know that we promote early literacy here on the show.
Yes.
That's very, very important. And again, hopefully parents, if you're interested, please go to the Economic Opportunities Council Facebook page, or the number to call, Jennifer, is?
Again, is 772-562-4177.
And before we sign off, I want to say that your dress is a minion. That's my sister's favorite character, Wanda. So happy Halloween to you and to your little one, Jennifer. Thank you again for joining us.
No problem. I'll be back.
Definitely. And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.